Hey there, it's Sandy. I'm back at the Babylock Solaris and having fun again. Been working on a challenge for our local sewing guild, and it was just a simple paper piecing exercise with um, three triangles, and I wanted to turn it into something fun, and so I divided that up into more sections, and I did the paper piecing and sewed them together. And I wanted to use some old fabric. Well, it's not old, but I used leftover fabric from a small lap quilt that I made for my son. It was all these beautiful ocean tones and it had some turtles on it. So I am using that, and it's fun to use up things that you didn't think you'd ever reuse or didn't know what you'd use them for something like this. And so I thought, this is what I have so far. It was supposed to be just this background with like three sections, but each I changed the design so that it would be 5 sections per square and sewed them all together. And then I took a piece of this blue fabric and I used a design in the machine to quilt it. And then these were the turtles that I put on there. And when I sewed the turtles on, the fabric was pretty weak at the edge, so I had to go over some spots twice. But I think that kind of looks cool. It makes it look textured. Because it is, this was quilted and it is in the water, so that was what it was supposed to look like. And now I have this just sprayed to the back. I have the back sprayed with temporary adhesive spray. And I was trying to figure out what should I learn on my machine to attach this circle to the quilt, the pieced quilt. And this will end up going on a sweatshirt. And I've decided that I'm going to try and use it's called the Compact Digital Dual Feed Foot. And so I've looked that up in my manual and attached it already. And when you're using this big foot in the back, you have to make sure that this lever is down, otherwise it won't feed correctly. So that was one of the big hints. Making sure you get it attached tightly is another big hint. And then attaching the foot. So I used the open-toed one so I could see where I was going with this. And then once you have to attach it to the shank here and then plug it in the back. Then once you do that, the stitches that you can use using this foot they show up over here on the machine. And I thought, out of all of these stitches, because it looks like it's saying okay to cancel the stitch, but this one's kind of like yellowed out, and these aren't good to use with the dual feed mode. So I learned that if it's grayed out, you can't use it. And these are all open. So I went through these and I wondered, which one should I use? And I decided, where did it go? It could be here. It's just the blanket stitch. I should have looked at the number before I closed it. Was it here? Yeah, I'm getting closer. Here it is, Q32. So I got the DF foot on there, which that's what I've got. And I did a trial. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but here's a trial of that one. Then there's a couple of other ones. They're kind of hard to see, and I thought these would be too busy on the end. And what I want to do is just go along the edge of the circle and put the blanket stitch into the satin stitch that I already did. And I would show you how I did that with IQ Designer, making this circle. I can show you after, but when I have this foot plugged in, I don't think it will let me get to that screen and show you. So the video right now is just about how I'm using this foot to apply the stitch to the edge. So wish me luck. I changed the tension a little bit because it's thicker. And so I'll just put this down and see how it goes. I'm going to change the stitch speed until we get going. There we go. That looks perfect. And it went, you know, because it's got that special feed part on the back, it's supposed to help fabrics that are hard, that have a hard time feeding through the dog feed and the regular feet. It's supposed to help that. And like this would probably be good on things like velvet and stuff. But I think in the book they mentioned other things, but I won't recite them because I'm trying to focus on making sure this is even. I think I'm going to just check that I like how it looks, and I do. You can hardly tell that it's doing, like, making the stitch on top of the... And I'm just making sure that circle just stays on the outside, or just along the edge, basically. As I go around the circle, it feels really strong as far as how it's feeding through. It feels really good. I'm going to stop it and see what I think. And I'm really liking this, so I'm going to keep going. I'm not sure, like, if I'm going to round this off more and put it on my sweatshirt. I have an old sweatshirt that's this deep blue color, and it has, you know, no matter how hard I try, my sweatshirts seem to get those grease stains on them. Even though I've washed them, they've got spots that never seem to wash out completely. And so I thought I could put this over it, and I think I might even put another layer of batting. When I created the circle, I used 2 layers of, you know, regular batting that you use for quilting. I had some extra pieces, so that was all leftover scraps too. So all of this was leftover scraps. And the only thing and the turtles was leftovers. The only thing that really wasn't was this blue here. I had some fat quarters that I bought from my local sewing shop, the Sewing Source in Gurnee. And yeah, it was a really inexpensive project, but it did take me some time to do the paper piecing, because I've done paper piecing before. That's what those placemats are, the Quilts As You Go by June Taylor, the ones I'm supposed to do, that I did one. I have said in previous videos that I've made one and I need to make 5 more. And I was going to make 4 more and then record me doing the last one. But I keep finding more interesting projects. And those are a little bit winter related, the fabric. So eventually I will get to that. But I have these deadlines too that I'm working towards with the guild, and last weekend it was the embroidery club. So as I make my promises, keep in mind that I have other things that I'm trying to prepare besides these videos. I never used to record videos. I used to just, you know, work on my own and not share it. You know, I wasn't even part of the sewing guild because I was helping to take care of my mom. We were pretty much homebodies. And let's check to see where we're at. We only have to go to over here. Make sure you're still in the... So once I got this machine and I was doing my own research on it, I was like, you know, there really isn't that many videos out there about how to use the machine. I know that Babylock has their great video program for the love of sewing. It's like a library that they sell along with their warranty, if I understand correctly. And it's really good. It's really good. But there's also, I just thought, you know, on YouTube land, there's not a whole lot of videos out there about how to use the Solaris. There's a lot of good videos, but I wanted to get more on a down-to-earth, regular user basis versus from the perspective of a machine, you know, a local sewing store who might be, not a local one, even online stores. They'll show certain parts of the machine, which is really good, but not always what we need to, you know, to do our thing once you get the machine. A lot of sewing places will give you lessons, but they're not all like that. So I just thought maybe sharing these videos would be helpful. So this is my completed circle using this new foot. It's really the first time I've used it. It was very easy. All I had to do was take off my other foot, you know, unscrew the screw here. Whoops, you can't see down that low. The screw here on the left side, the one that you use to take off, you know, the embroidery foot and everything. And attach this in the normal way. It's attached the same way as like the regular presser foot shank. Maybe I didn't call it right. Let me see if I have it. So here's the embroidery foot, right? So right here is where you attach it. And then the presser foot is like that too. I don't know what I did with it. It's around here somewhere. But you just attach this the same way. And then there's a plug, you plug it in the back. And then also you got to make sure this is down. When this is down, the special feed belt is working. When it's up, it's not. So I made sure that was down. And that's pretty much it. It's called the Compact Digital Dual Feed Foot. So I think I'll do one more video quick to show how I created this circle and IQ Designer and go from there. Okay, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like, share with a friend, subscribe, and thank you again for watching.